Hello people around the world, how are you doing? In this video we're going to work on this exercise. You're going to find all the links in the description for other videos cause we've done already a bunch of videos or exercise on Python. You're going to find the link of a playlist that gather all of these videos, and also the source code you're going to find related with the video on our website. Just go in the description and you're going to find everything or all the links there. So this exercise says to us that write a function called exponent, base and exponent, that returns an integer value of base raised to the power of an exponent. Note here xp is a non-negative integer and the base is an integer. So in this case, or in this program, we're going to work on general, whatever the number you entered, floating point or negative numbers, positive numbers, whatever the number in a range of r or in the random numbers, you're going to get the right result. Alright, let's just comment this out here and start writing our program. Before I start, I'm using Sublime Text and command prompt to execute our code, and all how to install Sublime Text. You could just check out some videos on YouTube, they explain how to do that, or use any visual or any studio to write your code. There ain't no problem though. Alright, here let's just define the function as this said to us. So there is a bunch of ways to do this or to solve this kind of exercise, but we are going to do the most easy way for me as I think. So define a function. So this function, let's just call it, as they call it, exponent, and though here the base and the xp, like this here. So here we're going to do a bunch of steps or bunch of rules. So if the base equal to 0 and the exponent xp are different to 0, in this case we know that in mathematics, if the base equals 0 and the exponent different and on 0, so the result in this case going to equal 0, cause the base equals 0, whatever and the exponential whatever the number is raises by is not matter, cause the base equals 0, so the results going to equal 0. So let's just print here the result. I'm sorry, print result like this, and elif, let's just elif the base are different on 0 and the exponent, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to me because I make a lot of mistakes on the keyboard. So and the exponent equals 0, so in this case the result is going to equal 1. This is in all mathematics, whatever the base is different in 0 and the exponent are equal 0, so the result is going to equal 1. Alright, and else here for all things that start, the result is going to equal the base multiplied 2 times by the exponent. Alright, like this, just this. And you could just here add a message like the if string, make like this, in it here do this, and say for instance base power, for instance the power of like this, the power of of exponent xp is result, like this. And we could just copy this and pass it for each part here, like this, and also here. And let's call our function here and do the base, for instance, for here equal to integer input, and enter the base number, like this. And the same thing here, enter the exponent number, and here also exponent, like this, and call our function exponent and do the base and xp. I'll just here redefine it xp, like this. So if you run the program, it's going to get the right number. So but let me just run this first, then I'll show you how to do the floating point. So I'm naming this xp.py. So if I run it, I don't know exactly, I'm still not saving it, so I'm save it right now. Not recall it, xp.py. So enter a number, for instance, let's just enter 2 and 5. If I print enter, should I get 32? So 2 to the power of 5 is 32. So is program working correctly? But what if I entered, so xp.py, entered 0.21 floating point, is going to get this error message. Alright, what I'm going to do here, just changing this to floating. Alright, float like this, just, and then write anything that you want in here. So here xp.py, run it, 0.2 raised to the power of 5, it gives us this big number here. So as you see here, this number is quite big. What I do to just cut it to 2 numbers after the point here, or after this comma or whatever, or dot. Alright, how to do that? Let's just go to the results, because this it's table or fixed, is going to give it this result when this condition is incorrect, but in other cases is going to apply this condition. So here all you're gonna do, just do this, and here do the percentage mark, and inside of this quote, the percentage .2f, 2 floating point. If you want 3 after the dot, we could write 3 or 4 points, or numbers, of course, 4 or 9, whatever the number we want after the dot to show up. We just write the number of that. So let's just leave it with the 2. Alright, save it, the program, and rerun it here, and do, for instance, xp.py, and run it. So enter the base number, so let's just enter the same as we entered already here above, 0.5. So here show us the result at 0.00, cause we want just the 2 numbers after the dot, or after this point here. Alright, so that's it, how to do that. And that's it. This is the how to solve this exercise. There is a bunch of other ways, as I said before. I'm going to show you another way, it's also easy and beautiful way. So let's just define another function here called power, like this, and do the base and exponential xp, and like this, and here do the result, and define the result equal 1, and see while the exponential or the exponent xp is greater than 0, apply this rule, and this rule is the result going to equal the result, multiply by the base, and the exponent going to equal the exponent minus 1. That's it. And here we're going to write or print our result. So print result like this. Alright, but here we have to redefine the exponent because it's going to stop up to 0, as you see here. So we have here to redefine what is the so let's just make the number, for instance, equal exp like this, and copy this number and pass it wherever the xp is, like here and here and here, like this, just this. Here, if we call our function power and give the two numbers here, for instance 2 and 5, we have to get, or 3, we have to get in this case 8. So if we it's not showing on the screen like this, better. Here the results have to be 8. Alright, so let's just save it or rerun it. So xp.py, if you run it, enter a number. Let's just enter 2 and 3. It is 8 in floating point, and here also showing the 8. So let's just here do space, print like this, n like this, save it. Let's go in this case and see the result is the result is, and of course we could here add the base, multiply, or power of or raise of the power, raise of the power of x. And let's just do this in a comment like this, better, and save it or rerun it. xp.py, enter number 2, 3, we have to get 8, as you see here. 2 raises to the power, so I'm not here, I didn't type raises to the power, but you could do that. The result is 2 raises of the power 3. So here we could add is, it's not. So I'm sorry about making this so long. Is, and though here exclamation, these 2 points, and save it and rerun it again. xp.py, so 2, 5, here 32, and also here 8, because 2 raised to the power of 3, it is 8. So that's it, how to write the program, but I really prefer the first way. This way, cause it's going to do any number you want, negative, floating point, whatever the number is in real, or just be a real number, it's going to count it. Alright, up to now, I'm going to cut the video, and see you soon, and stay tuned.